guys. I'm gonna be up all night because it's hot as a motherfucker in here. Because today's item of the day was my air conditioner. So, I'm not sleeping tonight because it's too hot to sleep. I washed about, I don't know, maybe 20 blankets by hand. And I'm putting them into the dryer, and they're fucking with the dryer now, too. So, it's not like I don't have shit to do. I do. And I have to run my dryer like 3 times to get things to dry because they're either down there throwing water into it or they're fucking with the dryer. I think they're opening the door and throwing water into it. That's what I think they're doing. They have full access to my basement. They have full access to my house without using the doors and windows. So I do believe that's what's going on. Yeah. These people are motherfuckers. They really are. My cat has been sick for about 3 months now. Um, Everything these people do is methodical and intentional, and they know exactly what they're doing. Okay. She's peeing on blankets faster than I can wash them, and then they totally destroy my washing machine. And then my basement gets flooded. Okay, so now my basement is full of soaked clothes all over the floor that I have to wring out and hand wash or bring to a laundromat. And some blankets are just too big for me to hand wash. Okay, so they know I don't have any money to get my washing machine fixed. They know I don't. Okay. So what they do? They break my washing machine when I need it the most. Okay, with a sick cat. And then they break my air conditioner on the most humid day of the year so that my house smells like a fucking zoo. And every single bit of that I just told you was intentionally done. For that reason. Okay. That's right. I don't have a shampooer. They broke it. Like everything else. I'm going to have to rent a carpet shampooer. Okay. I'm going to have to. They won't let me upload the last live stream I just did. They were on there being rude and vile, and there was a whole bunch of perps on there talking to me, and they're cowards, and they won't let me upload it. It's been processing for over an hour. They're not going to allow it to upload. I don't have control over my phone or my internet or my email or anything. As a matter of fact, I was supposed to get contacted through email today about that job that I got today. And if I had gotten denied that job, I was going to personally go in there and make sure that that was a legitimate email. But they actually called me on the phone and offered me the job. So thank God for that. Um, it's going to be a good job for me. Um, but I will not be harassed out of my apartment. I will not. I'm not going to allow it to happen. Okay. Doesn't matter where you live. They're going to fucking be there. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter where you live. I can move to Italy, which is where I want to go, and they'll still be there. Okay. Does not matter where you live. Been there, done that, got 25 t-shirts. Okay. I'm not moving. They are. Because I've been bringing heat down on these motherfuckers for 3 to 4 years now with videos. And they're not going to like the heat that they're going to continue getting. Okay. The neighbors that share the house with me are 100% involved. Okay. They'll be the first ones to get arrested when this comes down. And I pray for it. I pray that they get arrested and they all go to prison and they find Christ. I really do. They would be better off paying the consequences in this life than eternal damnation. Okay. God says to pray for your enemies. I do. I pray for them because they're lost souls. They don't realize that they're damning their own soul. They don't. We live in a generation where these kids got, you know, devices like Alexa telling them that Jesus is a fictional character. You know, I have had B2K, yes. Um, I can still hear it occasionally, but for the most part, it's not done to me anymore. It was in the beginning when they first came out overtly in 2012. I heard the B2K for the first time. I was in the bathtub and they said, "Cat, can you hear us?" I remember it like it was yesterday. Microwave, possibly, but hard to tell because, you know, I'm a female and sometimes you get hot flashes. So I'm not really sure about that. I wouldn't doubt it. Um, I have had a lot of things happen to me with their direct energy weapons, but I can't say for sure about the microwave. They definitely have control of my body and its functions. And I do believe that I'm microchipped. I don't believe everybody is, but I believe that I am. Yeah, they annoy my ears too. Um, Mostly my right ear, but I know that I have an implant in that ear. Uh, I have to soak my ear daily with like witch hazel or white vinegar mixed with rubbing alcohol to soothe my ear. It's very annoying. Yes, they've caused me headaches as well. Um, you know that chart that they've got of the body that you've seen on the charted individual pages that tell you what direct energy weapons can do to the body. I've had quite a few of those things done to me. They've cracked my jaw. Um, they can make you bite your tongue. They can make you piss your pants. They can make you shit your pants. Um, it's really pathetic. These fucking losers running around playing God. It really is. Not only is it sad, but I mean, they could have had an eternal paradise forever if they thought this was more important. You know, some people might be doing this so that it doesn't happen to them. Well, you're exchanging your soul for it. Okay? You're exchanging your soul so that you could have pleasure now. And I'm not a Bible expert, but I have been reading it for 36 years, and I know what it says. All right. They're taking their portion in this life. They don't get eternal life, they get eternal damnation. Because the way that they're saving their lives now is by creating other evil in other people's lives. And God knows that. So they're not going to be forgiven. They're going to bow down before Christ. They're going to declare that He's the Lord. And then they're going to get thrown into hell. That's what's going to happen. After they're publicly humiliated in front of everybody at the Great White Throne Judgment, and everyone knows exactly what they did to everybody. And that's what it's going to be like. Everyone's going to know everything they did to everybody. So they like their public humiliation so much, it's going to be turned on them. All right, before they get thrown into hell. All right. They're only making their lives comfortable temporarily, and they're only making our lives uncomfortable temporarily. Okay, because this is the only hell that we are ever going to know as targeted individuals. If you're living your life for Christ and you're saved, this is the only hell you're ever going to know. But this is the only heaven they're ever going to know. Remember that. We only have to temporarily deal with this. Okay, we have an eternity of paradise waiting for us. Yes, they do. They do like their humiliation rituals, but it's going to be turned on them. That God says they're going to be filled with their own devices. And they will. It's going to be like a computer upload. When they're standing when they're standing in front of Christ, getting judged, okay, everyone's going to instantly know everything that they did to people. You're going to know everything. There's nothing hidden that will not be revealed. This is all from the Bible. It's not my opinion. Okay. So they're going to be publicly humiliated. They're going to kneel before the God that they don't believe in, declare that he's the Lord, and then they're going into eternal hellfire. And that's exactly how it's going to go down. And I believe that's why God tells us to pray for our enemies. Because demonic possession does happen. It's always happened. The same demons that have always been here are still here. The third of the angels that followed Lucifer when he turned his back on Christ are still here. It's the same demons. Okay? They've had thousands of years to perfect their craft of evilness. And we're the lucky ones that get to reap the rewards. Okay? Their bullshit just eats up your entire life. There's no time for hobbies. There's no time for nothing fun. There's no time for nothing. They keep you busy. And every single day, it's fucking April Fool's Day for these people. Every day. In my life, they break an item of mine every day. I call it the item of the day. Every single day. Or they'll just flat out steal it. Or they'll put a flaw in it so that I have to look at the flaw. That's what they do. Look up my videos on the wind chimes from the backyard. Okay, I had wind chimes in the front. They're all butterfly wind chimes. Okay. They destroyed all of them. All right. I had my crafty friend put them back together, which took her weeks. Okay. She bought new string, hand painted them, put them all back together, made them look gorgeous, and they destroyed them again. They will destroy everything that you love. Relationships, situations. They'll even destroy your relationship with your pets. Anything you love, they will destroy it. Your favorite dress, your favorite shoes, doesn't matter. The devil came to steal, kill, and destroy. And that's exactly what these people do. They steal, they kill, and they destroy. Because there's only two masters, and you can only serve one. And we all know who they're serving. And it is not Christ. Okay. They're definitely not serving Christ. No Christian would ever do this to anybody. Okay. Very humid today. They picked the perfect day to break my air conditioner. I got central air. They did something to it. Yeah. I've been sweating my fucking ass off all day long. It's too hot to even sleep. I can't even sleep. I'm gonna have to pull an all-nighter. I have to be somewhere at 10 o'clock in the morning. I'm not going to sleep. I'll sleep tomorrow after the air conditioner gets fixed. I've been sick for 2 weeks myself, which may have been coming from the air conditioner because today is the first day I actually started feeling better. All right. They'll put stuff in your air conditioner and in your furnace. They'll do whatever they gotta do. They might have done something. They might have been putting something in my air conditioner to make me sick. I was just at after hours yesterday getting tested for COVID and the flu and SRV. Okay. Today is the first day I didn't feel sick. And the air conditioner was broken. So what does that tell you? Okay. There's no explaining this to people that are not going through it. There just isn't. There's no way that anybody could fully grasp this unless they were a victim of it. It's impossible. I mean, who would think that there's even people out there like this that do shit like this? I wouldn't. I couldn't live with myself if I broke into somebody's house just to take their toilet paper or some stupid shit like they do. It's like I would feel so ashamed of myself. Like these people are they're just fucking monsters, man. They don't have any they don't have a conscience at all. They really don't. And for those of you that have not studied narcissism, I suggest you do that. It seriously is a mental condition so large that I believe they need their own DSM. Okay, probably be about 6 inches thick. All right. That's how fucked up these people are. They don't understand it. They don't understand it. Why would you? If this wasn't happening to me, I wouldn't believe it either. It's so fucking off the wall and ridiculous. And they make it look like everyday life to everyone else. The only one that notices is the target. You know, I'd probably be one of those people that wouldn't believe it either. I gotta be honest with you. And I'm 56 now, and I have been targeted since age 17. All right. I didn't even know what this was until 5 years ago. So we're talking a good 3 decades here. Okay. At least in the confusion phase. It's a long time. It has consumed my life. It has. It's consumed my life. My life does not play out like everyone else's, like happenstance, like it's supposed to. My life is scripted and orchestrated. Everything that happens. Everything that happens. Nothing is coincidental when you're a TI. It's not a coincidence. It was intentional. Look up Zersetzung on Wikipedia. It's the same crime. It's only changed names and they've got better technology. Same damn crime. It's about destroying someone's life in every aspect. And that's exactly what these people do. It's exactly what they do. Every aspect. They're very good at what they do. They're very good at being evil. You should have seen the show that I had out here. I mean, every day I get the vehicular harassment every day. But they got pissed off that I got that job today. And they let me know it. Yes. No matter how insignificant. That's right. That's right. That's absolutely correct. I'm also on remote neural monitoring. There goes another one. I don't know if you can hear it. They think that they're scaring me. They're not. I am not afraid of these people. I'm protected by God's angels. Do you know how many times they tried killing me in a car? I sold my car. They wouldn't leave their fucking hands off of it. They vandalized it every night, took it out for joyrides. They wouldn't leave their fucking hands off it. Kept trying to kill me in it. So I sold it. So now they're giving me bus problems. They never expected me to sell my car. Pissed them off a little bit. I took a toy away from them. Intentionally. It's hot as a motherfucker in here. The longer you're in the program, the worse your targeting gets. It gets worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. Never stops. 24/7 for me. Even when I'm sleeping. I was prepared to be homeless, honestly. I don't really remember my dreams, but I have had that done to me, yeah. But for the most part, I don't. Yes, I have. My targeting mainly consists of vandalism, theft, slander, um, them coming into my house and throwing dirt and shit all over the place after I already cleaned, smearing my mirrors with their fingerprints, fucking with my cosmetics, digging out the new eyeshadow I just bought, breaking the cap off, shit like that. They cut my hair while I'm sleeping. They shave my eyebrows. They cut my eyelashes. They removed my two big toenails. They never grew back. Um, and I get raped in my sleep. Physically raped, not B2K raped. Okay, I get actual bruises on the inside of my thighs, and I'm not sexually active with anybody. Um, this is 100% going on, people. This is modern day human trafficking. Um, modern day human trafficking. And believe me when I tell you that they are live streaming you and putting you on the dark web. They fuck your life up and then they live stream you trying to fix everything that they do. And then they get subscriptions and they make money off of you. So, this is why you don't want to react to them, because the more you react, the more you're entertaining them, the more they're going to do. Okay. That's the damn truth. Not like it's going to stop or anything, but you don't want to reward them for their bad behavior by giving them what they want. Okay. I know most of you believe that the government's doing this. Not my case. Yeah, I can relate to that. You don't even have to hear the voices for the V2K to work. They can just put thought projection in your head and uh, visions as well. Um, when they first started doing the V2K to me, uh, they gave me a vision of my entire family being tortured and or killed outside of my big picture window in my apartment. It was very real. And when they came to see me in the hospital, I thought they were imposters because I thought they were really dead. These people they're fucking sick, twisted motherfuckers. That shit doesn't work on me anymore. That kind of crap. Now that I know what the game is, it doesn't work on me anymore. You know, I know when I'm being provoked into a reaction, which is what they're looking for. They're always looking for your reaction. That's why they do what they do. So if you remember that, you can avoid giving it to them. Right? And then they just wasted their time. I used to be the biggest reactor on planet Earth. Okay. But once I realized that's what they're after, fuck no, not anymore. You have to put up with what they do, but you don't have to react to it. Yeah. Um, they're starting to physically hurt me too. And that could be why. Because they know I'm hip to all their shit now. They're not dealing with the same chick they were 10 years ago when I was clueless. You know, I studied narcissism for 3 years, which is what these people are. Um, and then I studied gangstalking and organized harassment for 3 years right after that. So I know the enemy I'm dealing with very well. I know why they do what they do. I know what they're after. Most of the time, I know their game before they even play it. Okay, because I'm on RNM, they know what I'm going to do before I do it because they can read your thoughts. Okay. That's the hardest part to get over is when you find out that they can read your thoughts. That's the hardest part to get over, in my opinion. That's the hardest pill to swallow right there. But they're constantly wrecking my house and unorganizing it after I organized it and breaking shit. I've got so many things I have to fix that these people broke. So many clothes I have to sew. So many things. It just piles up after a while. Yeah, that was the hardest thing for me to get over. That was just like the most intrusive thing that could ever be. Like, I won't even, I will not even be sexually active anymore. Um, because there's no privacy, but also because I'm repenting of fornication and I'm not married. But I don't even want to get married because I still know that I won't have privacy. And if I wanted to be a porn star, I would have signed up for the job. So these motherfuckers aren't going to see me have sex again. It's another little toy I'm taking away from them. The only sex they're going to see is when they're drugging me and raping me in my sleep. That's it. It's the only sex they're going to see. I know they're invisible cloaking in my house. That I know for sure. I'll walk out of the room and like 10 cigarettes will be missing into like 2 seconds. There's no other way. Okay. There's no other way for that to happen. All right. If you're unaware of invisible cloaks, I would look it up on YouTube. They're making suits out of them now. Thinking about buying mylar and putting them in the corners of the rooms. So if it gets stepped on, I can hear it. Honestly, I'm thinking about it. Right now, my apartment is like 100 degrees and it smells like cat piss because they made my cat sick and then they broke my washing machine. So I'm cleaning up as much as I can and trying to keep up with this and doing it in very hot weather in my house. And it was all done intentionally. The cat, the washing machine, and the air conditioner. It was all methodically thought out and carried out and orchestrated like everything else they do. And you know what? It's fine because I know that I only have to temporarily deal with these assholes. It's not, forever. Jesus warned us about them in the book of Psalms. If you have not read the book of Psalms, I would suggest reading the book of Psalms. It explains these people completely. It's a very sad situation. But now I understand why Jesus had to do what he had to do. That was the only way that he could rid the world of evil. He's going to create a new heaven and a new earth. And he's not going to allow any evil into that one. God is not going to allow this to happen again. He tried ridding the world of evil with the flood. Didn't work. You have to be saved by the blood of Jesus, and your sins will get wiped away like they never happened. But only if you accept the sacrifice. If you don't, you're going to go where you're going to go. And that's just the sad truth. And anybody listening that does not believe in God, if you ask God to prove to himself to you that he exists, he will. In a way that only will work for you, and you will know for sure. He will. He will reveal himself. You have no excuse. You have no excuse. Well, I'm going to hell anyway. I might as well just keep being a bad person. No. If you're still alive and breathing, you can still accept Christ. Repent from this and turn from your evil ways and receive the Holy Ghost. And you won't want to do this with your life to people. You become a new creature in Christ. I wouldn't do this for 5 minutes for $5 million to anybody. Not even to the people that are doing it to me. Okay? I sit in this one spot in my living room and I sleep here too. And they just walk by and throw sugar and cat litter and crumbs and just, it's disgusting. They rip your shoes apart. They put holes in your clothes. They've been putting white shit on my sink for all year. All year they've been doing that. They'll take your food out of the fridge, spoil it, put it back in there. They'll spoil your bacon and then put it back in the refrigerator. Yeah. Yeah. They'll poison your food. They'll steal your food. They steal so many of my supplies that is why I'm so broke. They're constantly stealing my supplies. I don't even stock up on things anymore. I used to stock up. It's a waste of time. They just take it. They take the excess. They'll leave you little crumbs. So, all of your devices are hacked. All of your accounts are hacked. Everything. They'll go into your bank account and make it $2 less if they know you need that $2. There's nothing these people will not do. There's nothing they won't do. Okay? It's a spiritual battle. We're fighting a spiritual war. It's spiritual warfare. Demons are actually acting through the unsaved. And these people, you know, they just don't understand that they're damning their own souls. Lucifer's got them right where he wants them. And there's people from all walks of life involved in this. Doctors, lawyers, first responders, firemen, cops, all the way down to ghetto trash and children. Some children are even being taught how to do this. And you got your 70-year-olds that are running around doing this fucking bullshit. They're usually the handlers. The ones that watch you on camera all day and tell everybody else what to do to you and when to do it. That's my life. I'm watched 24 hours a day, and I'm on remote neural monitoring. So they know what I'm thinking, and they know what I'm going to the store for. They know what store I'm going to. They know what I'm going to get. And that gives them time to go to the store first and take it off the shelf. And that happens all the time. All the time. They left me stuck another town over a couple of weeks ago for 6 hours. They would not give me a bus home for 6 hours. I was sitting there at a coffee shop for 6 hours. 6 hours. They will do whatever they need to do to waste your day and ruin your day and ruin your life. They will financially drain you. They will physically harm you. They do mess with your animals, which is heartbreaking because they don't understand English. You can't explain to them that you understand what they're going through. Sometimes you don't even know what they're going through, but you know they're going through something. And I know that they did this to my cat because when this started 3 months ago, she wasn't sick. She was terrified. Okay? They terrified the fuck out of her somehow. Now she's sick. But they could be drugging her also. So, you know, they do. I've seen them control my animals. A cat, I have a cat. She's pretty heavy. Uh, she can't even really jump from the floor to the bathroom sink. But one day she came barreling in the room like a circus cat, bouncing off walls, doing backflips. She was totally controlled. Yeah. You can tell. These devices are patented. You can bet your ass that if they're patented, then they're out there. And if they're out there, they're being used. All right. And they're in the hands of these demons. We don't live in a free America anymore. America is not free any longer. It's a communist country now. It won't be long before we have martial law in our streets. They've already killed one of my cats. I had about 5 brand new fans that I bought from Home Depot. They broke them all. I don't even have a fan right now to use. I don't even have a fan. They break everything. They break all your electronics. They break all of your kitchen appliances. They break everything. They break everything. And honestly, people, it's not going to stop until you die. I really don't think it's going to. This is our life now. It's our life. But I'd rather be on this side of the fence. Sucks that we have to go through this. But thank God this is not our eternity. Right? That's the only thing that keeps me going is my salvation. That's the only thing that keeps me going. I was ready to jump off a bridge on 4th of July and end my life. I was seriously thinking about it. The thought of becoming homeless. I was seriously thinking about doing it. But I came to my senses and no, I'm not ever giving them that. That is their number one goal is to get you to take yourself out. All right. Do not ever do that. Those thoughts are going to come and go, but make sure they go. Get in the Word. Remember, God is with you. God said, you shall not kill. That means yourself too. Okay? I know that this becomes unbearable. I know it. It's been my entire life, and it's only gotten worse. Okay? The last 15 years have been the worst for me. This is the worst my targeting has ever been, is right now. They're ruthless and they are just redundant. They don't stop. My targeting is 24/7, every single day, for decades. But at least I know what it is now, and I know who's doing it. I know who my handler is. And I believe the government is completely aware of it, but they're not the ones orchestrating it. It's the Nazis that are doing it. Okay, they never died out. The Nazi race never died out. They went global through Operation Paperclip. Okay. If you look up Zersetzung on Wikipedia, read about it. It's the same exact crime. Same crime. They just have better technology now and it's got a different name. Same crime. It's like a Stasi police stamp. It's the Nazis, dude. Look up Zersetzung on Wikipedia. Zersetzung. Look it up. I'm sure the Jews are a part of it too. I actually know a Jew that is part of this. Her name is Sharon Brodsky. And she's a millionaire. And now I know why. I also believe they're pulling insurance scams on people's lives. You don't need much to get an insurance policy on somebody. You just have to know their information. There should be a database out there where you can check and see if somebody's got an insurance policy out on you. There really should be. One of my handlers actually faked his death. He's still alive. Yeah. Yes, I agree with you about the Jews. But it's the Nazis too. This is a Nazi crime. It means disintegration of someone's life. Zersetzung. I don't know how it's pronounced. Every aspect of your life. And that is no joke. But the more educated you are on this, the easier it is to deal with. Because these people are very repetitive and predictable. Okay. Very repetitive and predictable. You think about something, you worry about something, the day before, the next day they do it. Mhm. Some of the ideas they get right from you. My handler has always been an evil person ever since I was a toddler. Always been an evil person. Mine is revenge stalking. Started off with a jealousy. Now it's revenge because I attempted to go no contact with this person in 2013, 2012, 2013. And she wasn't having it. What? Hey, baby. I know it's hot in here. Sorry. I'm sorry, honey. Come here. Come see Mama. I know. And hopefully you'll get fixed tomorrow. I know that I have implants. When I go through scanners, they always go off. Yes, I know. Um, I set things off. My body sets things off. They do it during surgeries. Sorry, baby. I, they're not going to harass me out of here. They're trying awfully hard. That's not going to work. My handler is also into the occult. She is as evil as they come. There's nothing that she would not do. My life is such a mess right now. It's ridiculous. I've got clothes all over my living room that need to go up into the closet in the cat room, which I should have been done months ago. But they fucked with the closet and they took the pole out that fit the closet, put a smaller pole in there, just to be assholes. And now they're pulling this washing machine shut. My basement's a mess. It's got water on the floor. There's wet blankets all over the place down there. And my living room smells like a zoo. And then today they fucked with my air conditioner. It's like, get a fucking life. You know? That belongs to you, honestly. They steal my cigarettes, they steal my coffee, they steal my food, they steal all my supplies. They make sure I run out of things before payday when it should, something that should last me months. They make sure everything that's in a tube, they squeeze it out and they only leave a little bit at the end. Everything. Everything. They put cat hair in my lipstick, in my lip gloss. These people they're just downright disgusting people. Putting shit in my sink, wanting me to think the cat's done it. Hmm? Yeah. They want my house to be a filthy, disgusting mess. And I'm not like that. But right now, my house is in total disarray because of them. And I just rented my room out, my bedroom upstairs, to a perp, which I'm not happy about. And she's leaving. And if she thinks I can't break down her door with the lock on it, she's got another thing coming. And while she's chasing her cat around Greece, I'll be putting her shit out on the porch. So she doesn't want to fuck with me. You still there, Cosmo? Cosmic. Cosmo. That's one of my cat's names. You still with me? It's very sad that we live in the world that we do. It's sad when you wake up and you realize what's really going on. It is very. Just trust in God. Know that He sees everything and He will avenge you. He says that He will, and He will. And He will reward you openly in front of your enemies. The noise harassment has been going on in this place since I moved in. And you can totally tell that it's intentional. There's no way in hell these people are pushing me out of this place. It's not happening. I'm going to bore the shit out of them so much that they're going to want to leave. Because that street shit that they pull, it doesn't have any effect on me at all. All they're doing is making noise and drawing attention to themselves. So good. Draw attention to yourself. Do exactly what I'm telling people you're doing in the exact area I'm telling them that you're doing it. How smart do you think you are, you idiot? Really? Yeah, you're a real genius. I have news for you. Those fake badges that are giving you that fake comfort and that fake security that you have about yourself, thinking that you're never going to get busted for your crimes, their badge doesn't mean shit if they're not upholding law. Okay? They took an oath to fight crime. Not commit it. I'm all for defunding the police. They're motherfucking worthless. They ain't worth a fucking damn. Maybe back in the day when I was a kid, but not anymore. And these two over here, living under the same roof with me, they try to provoke me into calling the cops all the time, which I'll never do again. Because all they do is send a perp cop, and they waste my time. They don't do shit about it. And then they make me look like I'm the problem. So I ain't playing into that game anymore. They do something to try to provoke me to call the police. I just ignore it and go about my day. You just wasted your time. No, I don't have to bite when you bait. That's a personal decision. And the less you do, the better off you're going to be. Because everything that they do is to try to provoke a reaction out of you. That is why they do it. When you're freaking acting up and acting all mad and whatever, acting out, people are looking at you. They're not looking at what provoked you to act like that. And these assholes know that. Okay? They know that. And then when they go around telling everybody that you're crazy and you're nuts, you make it more believable because you acted like it. first thing they're going to do when you come out and try and tell anybody about this is they're going to try and label you mentally ill. Because if they can label you mentally ill, that takes away your credibility. Don't listen to her. She's schizo. Well, let me tell you something. Females with schizophrenia get diagnosed in their early 20s, and males get diagnosed in their late teens. Okay? Not when you're 30, 40, and 50 years old. All right? Nice try, though. They had me for about 5 minutes, believing that I might have had it. Until I fully learned about this. And then I'm like, yeah. Guess that's not on my record anymore. Well, I just found a stain they put on my dress, like always. So I'm going to go change my dress. Well, I'm going to end this live stream. I don't think there's really anybody in here. I have to find something lighter to put on. It's too fucking hot in here. All right, everyone.